How do you know if your attorney has selected the right medical expert for your medical malpractice case? Would you like to know the answer? Come join me for a walk near the beach as I share with you the answer to that question. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney. You really won't know. Now, why is that important? It's important because you are relying on your attorney to find the best medical expert to support your case. In case you don't know, before you can actually go ahead and start a medical malpractice case in New York, we are required to have all of your medical records reviewed by a qualified medical expert. Now, the medical expert has to determine that, yes, your doctor was careless, and yes, that carelessness was a cause of your injury. It doesn't have to be the cause, it only has to be a cause, and that your injuries are significant and permanent. All three of those things have to be present in order for you to go ahead and be able to file a lawsuit. Now, how do you know whether or not the expert is qualified? You will not. You as the injured patient. Your attorney is going to have to determine whether or not your medical expert is qualified. Now, how does he do that? Well, by obtaining the credentials for each of the doctors that he's going to consider. Now, I have a question for you. Let's say that your attorney goes ahead and finds a medical expert, sends him all of your records, and now the expert comes back and says, I'm sorry, but you don't have a case. They did everything right. This is just an unfortunate complication, and there is no possible way that you have a valid case. Is that good for you in your case? The answer is, it is good, but then again, it's not so good. Let me tell you why it's not so good. If you don't have a medical expert to support your claims, guess what? In New York, you are not permitted to go ahead and start a lawsuit. That's the bottom line. If you don't have an expert to support your case, you can't go ahead and start a case. Once the expert comes back and gives your attorney the details and the reasons why he believes you don't have a valid case, now if his intention is to go ahead and try and find a second expert, hopefully to give us a different opinion, now at least you're going to have useful information if your second expert goes ahead and gives you a positive review, and now you go ahead and start a lawsuit. Now, why do I say it's a good thing at that point? I'll tell you why it's a good thing. It's a good thing because now your attorney will know exactly what the defense arguments will be. And you're probably thinking, why do I care? Why do we need to know what the defense arguments will be? You should know that any time we talk to a medical expert, not only do I want to know what the strongest arguments that we can make are, but I also want to know what the strongest arguments that the defense can raise. Why is that important? It is critically important that once we start your case, we have a clear understanding of exactly what the defense arguments will be. This way we can create a strategy to try and get around those arguments so that later on, in the middle of your lawsuit, during the course of your case, now these arguments are going to come up. They're going to come up during depositions, they're going to come up during settlement discussions, and we need to know how to get around them if possible. And by having this information at the very beginning, now we are already a step ahead. And now we can plan and theorize and strategize about what to do based upon those defense arguments. So although it's not a great thing to get a negative review by the defense, if your attorney is willing to go ahead and lay out the expenses, to go ahead and get a second opinion or even a third opinion, now at least you have a clear understanding that if you do find an expert who tells you honestly that yes, he believes that you do have a valid case, now you can go forward confidently knowing exactly what the defense arguments will be at the appropriate time. So why do I share this quick video with you? I share it with you just to open your eyes to help you understand exactly what happens in these medical malpractice cases in New York. You know, I understand you're watching this video because you likely have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen in New York and you have not yet started a lawsuit but are thinking of doing so and still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. You know, I answer questions like yours every single day and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, Gerry, at Oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.